Hey guys, welcome. So bit behind the times with this one. However, we're going to have a review and gameplay of the USS Georgia. So the Georgia is a Tier 9 freemium, the sort of freemium battleship that you can get in World of Warships. She is available for call in the armory, as you can see here. So you will find her under the ship section, not under the premium ships, but under the ship section in the armory. So there she is, and as you can see, she is 228,000 coal without any sort of voucher or anything like that. Information from Wargame, as you can see on screen. Georgia is an American high-speed battleship created under a design scheme that dates back to 1938. This rather aggressive Tier 9 warship boasts an unconventional set of consumables which includes engine boost and a repair party with a 40-second cooldown. At short and medium distances, the ship's main battery poses an imminent danger to any hostile ship. This is not only due to the gun's calibre at 457mm, but also because of the high accuracy of Georgia's main and secondary battery. So, few bits of information about her. Number one, she has 6 457mm guns with a reload time of 26 seconds base and a firing range of 20 kilometers. Her guns are distinctive for the high accuracy compared to her peers. Accurate long-range secondaries use upgrades and appropriate commander skills to extend the firing range to 11.3 kilometers. A repair party consumable with a reduced cooldown time of only 40 seconds for the enhanced version of the consumable, so that's the premium version that costs you 22,500 credits per match. Engine boost, which provides the ship with a temporary 15% boost to her maximum speed, and more credits earned in battle, and a camouflage that adds 100% XP per battle and saves 20% on the cost of your ship's post-battle services, which I'll show you that in the post-battle results screens that we share today. So, what do I think? What do I think about the? I love the Iowa. I think it's an awesome, fun ship to play. She's got really nice secondaries. As you can see, we have 5 double 127mm turrets mounted on either side of the ship, giving great angles of secondary support. She has a lovely AA pack as well, as you can see, dotted everywhere in quads and triples and singles and doubles. And we have a nice suite at the back of the tail of the ship as well. A couple of the other CCs have nicknamed her the 6-shooter because of the 6 double turrets that you see here. She is very similar to the Iowa class, as in she was a design proposition for a upgunned version of the Iowa. Never actually put to sea, never actually even built, just a paper ship. But it's nice that we actually get to see her and see how and see her in game. A bit about the history about the name, the USS Georgia. There have been, from my digging, I've only found 3 other vessels with the name USS Georgia. One of which was BB-15, which was like a member of the White Fleet, the Great White Fleet as it was called, which was like a propaganda sailing fleet that the US Navy put out there with all the dreadnoughts and things painted in a lovely white scheme. If she was in World of Warships, she'd be down at Tier 2, Tier 3 at best. But the modern USS Georgia is actually an Ohio-class ballistic missile submarine. So one of the most deadly weapons available to the US Navy currently. Other than that, I've not been able to find much else. If you've got any more information, comments below will be really, really useful to understand. So, what can I tell you about the Georgia in game and how have I got her set up? Well, my setup for the Georgia, I run the Enhanced Damage Control Party Modification 1, which extends the action time of the Damage Control Party by 40%. I then stack Damage Control System Mod 1 to reduce the fire risk. I run the Secondary Battery Modification 1. I then stack again the Damage Control System Mod 2, so I've now got a 20% reduction on my fire and flooding times. I run Concealment, and then I run the secondary battery to increase the reload speed of the secondaries. It should be noted, by the way, that your dispersion is an extra 5% greater for the opposition when they're shooting you as well. That I find is more useful as well with concealment, because obviously, as you'll see in the game coming up, I do like to get a little bit close and personal with this. Not the best idea, because if we look at her armor profile later on, you'll see it's not probably the best for that. Consumables, I run the full suite of the premium consumables. So the Damage Control Party 2, The heal, which heals 440 HP per second for 28 seconds. But as they said, it's a 40-second cooldown, which is quite a short cooldown time. Again, when you're up close and personal, it means that it means you can take 40 seconds worth of damage, which is 2 or 3 salvos, which you just have to be careful with, because obviously that's enough to kill it. But you can pop it and carry on nice and easy. The cooldown on this is 80 seconds, which is quite long. You might want to consider running the flags that reduces that length of time. The fighter, I prefer the fighter. I just don't like the spotting plain view. That's a personal thing. Yours may be different, but for me, I prefer the fighter. And the big one, the speed boost. 2 minutes of speed boost, 180 seconds. I think that's 2 minutes. It's not, it's longer, it's 2.5 minutes, isn't it? About 2.5 minutes, it's a long speed boost. Only takes 90 seconds to recover, and then you can go again. And that boosts the top speed from 33 knots to an almost ridiculous 37, 38 knots, which is phenomenal. Exterior-wise, what camos am I running? Well, I do run my community contributor flag for an extra 5% XP per battle, and my alpha tester flag, which gives me another 5% XP and 5% to commander XP. Signal wise, I run AA and secondary. I should really be running my Mike Sierra as well as my November Foxtrot as well. I then run the India Delta, Juliet Yankee Bravo Sussex, India Yankee, and the Juliet Charlie flag. I don't run any credit flags, as you can see. Should do, because it's a premium and we're supposed to be earning credits, but I'm never one to worry about that. Camouflage wise, I am running the premium Type 10 Georgia camo in the alternative colour scheme that you can get for this. Bonuses, as mentioned before. So, concealment wise, as you can see, I have a surface detectability of 13.3 in my setup with this captain. We have a 16.5 second rudder shift, perfectly good enough I think in my opinion, but if you want it quicker you can make it, and a 34.6 knot top speed now with the flag. AA defense is 91, so it's a very effective AA package, and the guns are pretty effective as well, especially with our big secondary spec there. 11.3 kilometers, 5% chance of fire, and a 20 meter penetration. The main battery, as you can see, 216 meters of dispersion as well. That's a pretty tight group in that, and 216 meters. Some of the ships you're shooting at aren't even that long, so even easier to hit. Survivability, she has a 26% torpedo reduction bulge on her. But yeah, there we go. There is our Georgia. Armor layout, as we said, as you can see, it's not the best side on. So you have to be very, very careful with angling her and working with these armor belts and things like that. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Captain, as you can see, I'm running William Halsey, the Bull. Now this is actually my Montana captain. I know not everyone's going to like my setup, but it works for me, as you'll see in the game. I'm quite happy and comfortable with it. I run preventative maintenance with expert marksman, with adrenaline rush, superintendent, AFT, BFT for the full secondary pack, and concealment. Some people may say I want to run something like basic survivability or jack of all trades, demolition, etc. That may work for you. This works for me, and I'm very, very comfortable with it. So yeah, we'll be going into the game shortly. Just a quick thing, if you would like to subscribe and ding dong that bell so you get notified whenever I put any more content out. I'm going to try and add more content to the channel, and set up a more regular schedule on here. I hope that works for you. Also, after a bit of feedback from yourselves, I have put a Patreon at the bottom. There is no obligation at all to use it. Only use it if you think the channel is worth it. You don't have to, otherwise just watch it and enjoy it for free. It's always going to be completely optional no matter what, but there was a poll taken and a lot of you said yeah, go on, do it. It's there, it's done. Feel free to use it if you want to. I haven't yet filled everything up into it and put a welcome video and all that. I am working on it, but obviously I've got a full-time job as well. Anyway, that's the Georgia. Post battle results will be at the end in a bit of a little slideshow for you. Anyway, enjoy. I'll see you all later, guys. Bye. Hello guys and welcome. You are joining me here on a replay for you of the Georgia game. As you can see, featuring the Bob's boys, Eric, Shora and myself in a triple Georgia division. We are top tier and we're on the trot match in a domination game. So early start for the game. We have a quick look around and the decision is made that we're going to push hard and we're going to take the B cap in the Georgias because hey, that's what battleships do. We cap. As you can see, here we go. We have our foot hard down and we are heading at high speed straight towards Bravo cap. Beautiful thing about the Georgia, as I've described to you prior to this, is she can really get up and go. So, you know, we've got a good chunk of health at 74,100 HP. We've got a reasonably high top speed, almost in the region of 37 knots or so. Maybe even a little bit quicker. As you can see, we're running fighter, we're running the repair party, and yeah, we've got AP loaded. Enemy force detected. We've spotted the enemy Georgia and the enemy Musashi there. They're heading towards Charlie Cap. The enemy Cleveland has been spotted as well, and we are pushing in at really high speed. My camera looks a little bit weird, but nothing I can do about it. It's lighting, so we'll make a bit of a change for you, shall we? Benefits of having a home studio. Hey guys, I can do that and suddenly everything looks a little bit better. So here we go. We are heading into the Bravo cap. It's at this point I noticed Shora and Eric are going south, to which I asked them, why are you going south? I thought we were going through this gap here, but anyway, off we go. Algeria is spotted. Guns are trained, ready. I do apologise to this Algeria. We may be about to violate him. 6 in the air. The red trace is signalling our Halsey captain. And off we go. High speed. We are going to help our little friend cap this base. Shora and Eric have pushed in as well. Shells haven't connected though with the Algeria. And we are hard detected. That's fine. That's to be expected. We'll keep pushing forward. The Musashi is spotted. He's got shells heading our way. The Rune is spotted. We've got a lot of shells heading our way. But we're going to keep on trucking. We're effectively driving a wedge between the enemy team here. Snapshots out on the Rune. Minimal aiming. Shots coming in behind us, but as you can see, because we've actually got such a rate of knots up, sometimes it's actually a little bit hard to aim at the Georgia. She's going a lot quicker than you expect. Voodoo Chili, that's a Chief Tug from my chat, is spotted. A bit of a mistake on my plate there, a bit of a misplay. I triggered the repair and the damage control straight away. Not the smartest of idea, but I do run the extended damage pack on this, so you know. We've got a shot into a stationary Cleveland there. Those could hurt if they connect. And we spot the Shikaku, the enemy aircraft carrier, right ahead of us. Oh, one big citadel, 15,000 damage. That's going to leave a mark on the Cleveland. He's down to 6k already. He's down to 14,700. I think the Cleveland's about to bite the dust. He's not spotted at the minute, and he is firing at us. We've capped this base. There's a Jarvis to my right, but we're going to carry on pulling out. Shora and Eric are following suit. We're looking into the middle cap. We spot the Rune. Is the Rune stationary? The Rune is a little bit stationary. Full 6-gun salute shot out. Not a great contact. 2 through and throughs there, but you know, 3100 HP, not too bad. Secondaries are blazing away. The secondaries are beautiful on this ship. We absolutely adore them. 11.3 kilometer range on them with a secondary setup. I don't use manual. I stick with the auto mainly because I play so aggressively that switching sides is just not something I do comfortably. 6.8k there. We've got 2 pens, just 1 overpen. The secondary's still blazing. I did get a little bit nervy there, the torpedoes ran out. I'm on double fire now, but luckily our damage con is about to come off cooldown. There we go. Just waiting for the guns to reload. Again, nice and quick reload for a battleship anyway. Another 6-gun salute towards the rune. Didn't kill it this time, but he will be going down shortly. 300. There we go. Killed by Eric behind us. We've got a choice of the Shikaku or the Masashi. We're going to go for the Shikaku and see if we can deal with him. I am about half health, so I do need to spring my damage control.
I need help.
I'm going to wait a little bit though, because obviously it's a Shikaku. It's not going to be able to hit me from here. It took 15k there. Got 2 pens, 3 over pens. Not bad for 6 shells in the air. 5 of them connecting. We spring our fighter and we focus our AA to decide where the Shikaku's planes are. As you can see, we start to rip through these planes quite quickly. We aim for the middle of these torpedoes, and we're very lucky we get a favourable split there, so we do okay. Secondary is still blazing away at the aircraft carrier. 9 aircraft shot down, 3 by the fighters. We've got more torpedoes coming in behind us, but we've got our speed boost on, so we're doing okay. The Masashi is taken down by the Charles Martel. The Georgia is about to pop his nose around that corner, so we're going to wait. In the words of our friend and brother Chaos, we wait a good salvo. Do we get a good salvo though? We'll have to wait and see. We're up to 77,000 damage already in the first 6 minutes and 15 seconds of the game. So we've actually put a lot of pain out. And we look like we missed with those shells. Kind of a bit stunned at that point. It's a bit of a... Huh? What? We missed? Shora doesn't miss. Beautiful double citadel there. I fire short with all 6 shells on the enemy Georgia. We do strike true this time, but only 1 through and through, and 5 bounces. So again, we still missed with 1 shell. I'm now going to rotate the guns around because, you know, Mr. Shikaku, he's round the corner. Are we going to get the kill, or is one of the guys behind us going to get the kill? Well, I have a feeling, yes, there he goes. Eric borrowed our kill there. We've already got them down to 93 points left on the opposition. We're at 79,000. We've spotted 38k of damage. Now it's at this point where the opposition teams start to actually pull back, start to actually commence a comeback. Because as you can see, they're pushing up from Alpha Cap. They're starting to cap Bravo. So it's going to get a little bit hairy pretty quickly. We'll show you the post-game screens after this replay as well, guys, so just bear with us because this is going to get interesting. Myself and Shiora have capped Charlie, as we do, so that's 2 bases we've helped to cap in a battleship. We have 96 secondaries so far. We have a total of 20 aircraft shot down, 4 fires set, and 19 hits. Our shores gets deleted by the enemy Missouri. Shiora has shots in the air, heading for Black Rabbit there in his Missouri. Looks like he got a little bit of a tickle. Our speed boosters run out. We've got 1 heal left, we've got 3 fighters, we've got 2 speed boosts. We're going to tap Shiora's tail just a little bit. Calling chat there from Praddick. Oh, we want to get to B. Not a problem, we're already on it. The Algerie has taken our hider. That's not good.
Affirmative.
But, you know, all go to B. Yeah, not a problem.
All stations, defend that area.
We put the call out for the team to push south. As you can see, our team has done really nicely. They've pushed into B. Then we've pushed to C. And now we're coming back to B.
Intelligence data.
I've got shots in the air on the Missouri there, a Black Rabbit. Nice contact. Only 1 pen though. He would take some shells in the return. Good hits there from Eric out wide for us and Shora. Secondary start to open up on Black Rabbit, but we're going to keep pushing in and pushing in. Again, we're shooting a little bit short onto the Missouri, mainly to just the distance coverage, but we're getting bounces and ricochets at the angle he's at. Eric just hit his Confederate there in chat. Torpedoes to starboard are from our friendly team. Black Rabbit is coming to sustained fire now from us. I've got all 6 guns out on the KGV. Speed boost is in. There we go, we got some nice contacts there. Good healthy slugger damage, up to 100k. Missouri's turning to give us some broadside. We've only got 9 seconds of reload left, but he is going to eat these torpedoes. So do we need to actually fire them? At this point, no we don't. So we're going to spring our damage control, spring our repair, spring our fighter, launch everything. Shots out, we have some torpedoes that we luckily miss. We delete the KGV. Nice citadel, we're up to 115k. There's a Zara, there's an Alaska, there is the atomic kit in there. We get a close quarters expert there. We take a torpedo. So, you know, with everything accelerated really quickly. It's going to get even quicker in a minute. Okay, so the Jarvis goes down to 900. We get a secondary kill and a devastating strike. We've then got the Zara here on our side. He's got torpedoes, so as you can see I'm turning out and away. I'm waiting for all my guns to aim. I'm praying. We get a Confederate, another devastating strike. We take some torpedoes. We are flooding. We're going to go out. 153,705 damage. I'm trying to get the guns round onto the Chief for some final shots. We get our shots out. We do get some good penetrations, a little bit of extra damage there to take us to 167,155. But as you can see, in really quick succession there in chat, you know, close quarters, Confederate, devastating strike, really dangerous in close if you go and brawl with your Georgia. Chief Tug is the last one alive there, Voodoo Chili in his Alaska. He is coming under sustained firepower, and I think it's Shiora that's going to take him down, is it? No, Eric? Oh no, it was the Leon. And there we go.